Yes, 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 yes. This is the England that I want to beat. Not sure what set that is, what pace that is, but I'm excited. This episode is brought to you by ACO. You know what? They do digital insurance. Do they do life insurance? Because I am fucking jacked up to the eyeballs. This is the England that I want. I want my team to win convincingly at all times, but I want a hint. I want to struggle. I want to chase. I love the chase, Sam Perry. Now, you are a man of clergy, but you're also a man of children. And you know what? I don't care what people say about you behind your back. You're a good bloke. I want to know how you felt, though, when Mitchell Starc is running in, blood boiling, running through your veins, as if you didn't feel something. Tell me how you felt.
Well, let me put it to you this way, he goes. England scored some runs. Let me start that again. I'm flustered here.
Okay, I flustered you.
England bowled well in this game. All right? The game was on. Australia, few runs at the end, difference between both sides, you know? Our blokes can stick a little. And you know this feeling. Every club cricketer knows this feeling. You've had a good day in the field. You've had a good bowling innings. But something happens in the minutes before the final wicket's taken. The batters start to go quiet because they know that the other team gets a go now. And you're walking off the field and you think, we've had a good bowling innings. We're in the game. But there's this implacable silence. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the opening bowlers of the opposition have somehow grown 3 inches in height and chest circumference. All of a sudden, in the bowling innings, they've grown a beard. All of a sudden, the shadows have lengthened and they're now sitting halfway over the pitch just so. Everything is 10 k's quicker. The keeper's 100 metres back and the slips are a further 50 metres back behind that. And there is energy in that batting team that had just sort of underperformed. The dressing room of your own is silent, bar the sound of metal spikes crunching on the concrete flooring and the scratching of Velcro pads as the incoming and outgoing batters deal with mute distress. And I was on the side of the winning team today. And so I was fucking primal. I was baying for blood. My wife was at work. The children got a little treat. They were on the couch with me. And you reckon they didn't have You reckon they didn't have the fangs out? You reckon I didn't have them clapping and yahooing? They didn't know what's going on. The 3-year-old's actually fucking scared behind the couch. I didn't care. Starkey! I was reduced.
Mate, I don't even know if I want to tell you the scores. I want to get into the first thing. This is Sparta. This is Mitchell Starc running in. I almost call him Michael Starc for a second. I'm so confused with names, with Josh Butler coming in next and whatnot. Mate, this is the dappled... No, it's not dappled light. It's harsh. It'll fucking kill you. The sun out here, everything will. And Mitchell Starc is running in and people are just bathing in like mid-strength alcohol. They've spent $800 just to come to watch the cricket, a grim series, but today is the day. Today is our day. There are blokes doing shoeies, just fucking spilling mid-strength beer down their goatees because it's a homage to Ricky Ponting from the 90s, even though themselves are only 19 years old. That doesn't matter. They've seen the photos. They've got the internet, okay? Mitchell Starc running in. He's beating the bat. He's fucking hitting Darwin Milan on the pads. Oh, I'm working out at home. I'm doing chest and back. But you think I'm not doing a fucking celebration around the block, appealing, shirts off? Are you having a laugh? This is what it should be.
Mate, it was...
Bit unlucky, I suppose. Sort of top of leg, I suppose, so a bit lucky, but...
Oh, he smashed into his pad. He blew that fucking pad off.
It was blow off.
It was an absolute blow off. Explosions everywhere. Mate, look. You don't need a second invitation from Melburnians to tell you how good their city is as a resident, and you are too, and how good the MCG is. Yeah. You know, we get it. You know, you could argue against it, but you'd upset them. But there is something about 5 p.m. and sniffing blood at Boxing Day that occasionally rolls round when nowhere in the country, and there are wilder places in the country, but nowhere gets as wild as the MCG at that moment in time. I'm talking about blokes with mullets on the fucking Frankston line. Respect to Frankston, by the way, by the beach, up and coming. Mate, seriously.
Be gentrified soon.
No, it's the one time where I'll accept the influx of like earnest, low rent, low breed AFL coming into cricket. Like give it, like it's basically the equivalent of a big shout of fucking ball without any humour. A humorless shout of ball. Because as you said, as you correctly pointed out, it all was off the back of England putting up a fight today. They put up a fight.
Exactly.
We went, we'll have a look at this. We'll have a look. And as soon, and you know, it was just as the English were rising in the morning. You're there in fucking London. You're there in Grimsby Town. You're there in Manchester. You're there in Luton. There's 4 places that aren't really related that have come into my head. And they've woken up, sorted themselves out a cup of tea. England have done well, and they've just had to deal with the fucking dragons from down under breathing fire. Blokes from Frankston. Yeah. The Frankston line, I don't know why, with the mullet just going, fuck off. Now, not me, I'm more of an analyst of the game. I actually think Cummins was unlucky, and I thought, you know, Boland just hit his areas, and Stark did what he does. You know, it comes off sometimes for him. Yeah, it was good. It was primal. Thank you, England. Thanks for giving us that. Thank you for giving us that. It was good to feel something.
Now, we'll get into the second thing in a moment, but you're right. It's just the back, and like, you know, the struggle that England had today, and, you know, they put up a good fight. 8 hours before the series was over, they're going to play, and they put up a great fight, and it's like, oh, you're going to try now on our patch at the MCG on Boxing Day? The day after it? I mean, sort of official stuff, because it's like sort of Christmas Sunday, you get an extra public holiday, and it's sunny. Yeah. What are you doing?
I call Christmas Day Boxing Day Eve because I need my hard drives checked by the AFP. Sorry, I've railroaded you there.
Usually we do this in full replica kits as well, with sort of our names on the backs.
Whites and stuff. Yeah. I'm an adult. I buy official cricket merch. Whites, and I'm an adult.
And then you know, Scotty B, Scobo, you know, Victoria's very own, not to be confused with October's very own, which is a different thing. You know, he comes in, and they send out a night watchman. Fucking pussies. Would we do the same thing? Of course we would. We'd send in 7 night watchmen if we could protect our boys.
We literally did that 24 hours ago.
I wasn't watching it. I was watching the Scorchers play. And Jack Leach just lets it go, and it fucking, you know, it only clips off stump, but in my mind, it fucking sends it back to Grimsby Town or Luton or Manchester.
I tell you what, Leach was almost standing in fucking Luton Town with that ball bowl. He was nowhere near it. Mate, Leach said, have all 3. Scotty, seriously, this is your time. Mate, I don't get, like, I was very happy to drink in the Victorian stuff with all of that. Mate, give it. Let him, mate, give it to Scotty Boland, as in, give him the moment. You know, all the time for, have we been complacent with, you know, with Scott Boland's, there are different, you know, Pat Cummins is also an MCG specialist kind of thing. Put it in the bin. This was fucking moment shit. This was great. Scott Boland, couldn't be happier for him. Love it. And he gets to go down to fine leg or third man or whatever, fly slip or whatever fucking, and the crowd are serenading him. And you just think, mate,
my God,
fucking good for you, Scott Boland. I love you. Can I touch you?
I wasn't even a bowler, but that moment gave me fucking... That's like my dream.
Yes!
You know, and it's often like that when we just walk down the street after we did a really good podcast. People were just like sort of just doing shoeies on the street and just clapping, but we live in a sort of pretty rough area, so it's not that's just sort of a different thing. It's a heroin issue. But mate, fucking good on him. Good on him. I mean, when he came on, I was thinking like, I would prefer to Jai Richardson to bowl now, if I'm honest, or Hazelwood.
Cam Green, bit of height, bit of root stuff.
Yeah, I probably would have brought spinner on, either Marnus or Nathan Lyon. Anyway, mate, you know, I was thinking about this, like, I'm not sure if the English, you know, listeners or viewers are still, you know, tuning into this, but it's, mate, England will have that day. And it won't be this series, but they'll have that day. And it's moments like today. Like today was the best day of the Ashes for me, and it's because England had a good day. So let's get into the second thing, man. Now Jimmy Anderson was fucking outstanding. I haven't written these things down. But I got a scorecard. It was like 4 for 33 off 20 overs or some shit. It was fucking mate. Like his average away from home this year is like 12 or something like that. I mean, it's he's such a skilled bowler. I mean, I'm not learning anything true with any superlatives here. But what did he finish with? He finished 4 for 33 off 23, 10 maidens. Economy 1.43, mate. Fucking sensational. Troubled. Probably unlucky not to get 5-5. Troubled as in he troubled all the bats. Not that he is troubled. Although I don't know. Maybe he is.
Mate, anyone at that level is going to be troubled in some way. Whether if not now, then later. Well, he's probably not at all. He's actually really, really like good fella and a good media operator too. Great tail enders. Great bowler. Good for him.
You know, they got themselves once again. England got themselves. At no point in this series have England ever been in front, and that's kind of the thing. They keep finding moments so they hang in. I don't think Adelaide they never really got there, but at the Gabba they did with Root and Milan's partnership. Today they had Australia. I think there was like 3 wickets. We were 7 down, and it was about par. I think the evens were about the scores were about even, and then Cummins and Stark just take it further and bowl and adds an extra 10 runs with the bat or 15 runs with the partnership with Stark, and then the lead's 82. But England almost got themselves there. But like I'm thinking the whole time, geez, there's still a bit in it, and it's like this is England's problem once again. No runs, no sticks. But fuck, they caught well, they bowled really well. There was something there, and this is in the context of what happened in the morning, where the series was basically over. But you got to give them props. They and Jimmy Anderson especially, they played fucking well today. England played well today.
I started the day by thinking people are overdoing the MCG wicket as well. Like, it's coming from a low bar. It was the worst wicket in the world, and now it's not that, and everyone's completing themselves over it. But I was wrong. It's a good wicket, and
yeah,
you know, you can tell by the ascendancy of the ball over the bat, and that if you do apply yourself a bat well or get a little bit of luck, you can actually make an invaluable contribution, like Marcus Harris did, and I refute those who look at his innings today as confirmation that he doesn't belong. He's got the game's top score, 70 odd. A huge contribution to the game. The difference between both sides at the moment. But just on Anderson, well, firstly, you're exactly right. What more can you say about his statistics and how he bowls? You know, and we can be magnanimous about him because we're in the ascendancy in the game. It's a wonderful bowler, Jimmy. You know,
of course,
look at the parabolas on it. Very symmetrical. You know, it's a Paris of swing bowling. Everything is just so. There are height restrictions put in from the 18th century. You know, like nice to get a look at him bowling well. I'll have a look at it. Every stat with Anderson gets better as he gets older. Like every stat is kind of like. Today, Anderson just passed X wickets at X average in X calendar year, and his first gig was Vauxhall and I by Morrissey, and he also knows how to do his tax because he's 39, you know?
Yeah. Most wickets on a Tuesday ever. Yeah, that kind of gig. Yeah.
He worked over Cam Green, big styles. Cam Green deluxe. Cam Green looked like a big kid trying to learn how to play a forward defence on the ball machine, except that the coach was a 39-year-old fucking around with the swing and the pace. You know, just fucking like Cam Green's yeah.
Are you trying to tell me that Cam Green isn't like just a giant teddy bear that you win at a fair if you like squirt the gun then like at a target for enough? Like he's just that's what you get given. You walk out with Cam Green and he's like, I buy 140s. Look at my levers though.
I don't know. Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me that? Are you trying to tell me he's not that?
I'm trying to tell you that how I feel about Cam Green depends on whether he's holding the ball or the bat. Because when he's holding the ball, this bloke is the future. This bloke is fucking Space Jam. He is absolutely, he's from the future and from space at the same time. Then he gets the bat. It's like, he's a good 9. At the I don't know about it. Anyway, no recency bias. Internet hasn't done anything to my brain.
No, that's right. Okay, third thing, Pez. Omicron here now. As opposed to needed, it is here. There's confirmation that it's here. It's in the camp. The England team bus didn't get to the ground until 10 minutes before the game started. And who of us can't relate to that? And then it's like it's I guess one of the player or two of the players can't see their partners because 2 family members have caught COVID, Omicron, I presume. And so they won't be able to see them. So it still feels like we could wake up or just wake up in the next 10 minutes because this is actually a dream. And the whole thing's over. Like we've had the best day of the series, and it's also the last day of the series. They're talking about, are they going to go to Sydney where the COVID cases are significantly worse than what they are here? There's different rules in New South Wales where Sydney is, and then after that, then there's Hobart. In what, a fortnight's time, maybe 2.5 weeks time. Is that going to go ahead? There's so much in the air. I don't know. Up until this point, I was kind of thinking, like, in Melbourne especially, just because where we live and just through my experience, it was just a shocking thing that we all went through. But in Melbourne, it was particularly bad with restrictions and stuff. We should just be happy. And then when Josh Butler fucking threw one down square leg's throat yesterday, I was like, don't know if I'm really enjoying this. But I got my day out today. It might be the last day of the series. I don't know what's going to happen. It feels like we can talk about it because it's like it's probably the biggest thing of the series. But yeah, this isn't. It's Omicron's not going to get better tomorrow. It's either going to stay the same or get worse. So, which way is it going to go, mate? Where's your money? Overs, unders.
Cheers. All right, you just cover the 10 points about Omicron, and I'll try and find something. No,
yeah, a little tangent.
I guess where can I go with that? Well, what's the bet? A couple of the England boys this morning found out about the Omicron and went, I'll have a look at it. Privately. They're privately thinking, result.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But, Dan Brettig, as we record, Dan Brettig from Fairfax or Channel 9 Papers, is the chief cricket correspondent there. Yes. He said... the fate of the Boxing Day test hangs in the balance, with further play hinging on the outcome of overnight PCR tests for both squads, as Cricket Australia scrambles to save the Sydney test and complete the Ashes series by any means necessary. So,
okay.
And you could tell we were sort of across a couple of the different broadcasting platforms today, and one particular network seemed pretty aligned across their various platforms over what they'd like to see happen, which is that everything remain in Melbourne forever. And so you can see there's a few different interests that are coming into play now. It's going to be interesting to see the alpha power of New South Wales save their test, and then we've been calling this since even before the series started, since which was it, Old Trafford. It's England's turn now to bin something off to have a power play. So we're going to see a bit of board versus board stuff now. And I think England, as Joe wrote, England need a reaction. And maybe that reaction will come from the board or whatever. Because he goes, Omicron needed to now avoid the series, bring the boys home, as my 3-year-old was chanting today. If that happens in this test, England are 2-0 down. Maybe they come back in a year or so with Jofra and Ollie Stone. And, bring a couple of South Africans over or something. And it could be the greatest Ashes result in the history of time.
Fuck yes.
So, yes. Let's not, feel too sorry for England just yet. I think they've got a few tricks up the sleeve.
I like that. I like that they've sent a text message out looking for a reaction. Like you just hold your finger down on the message, then you react to it. You've either got the exclamation marks, you got thumbs up, thumbs down, you got the heart emoji, or you've got the aubergine, which is specifically for Tim Payne's phone. Make of that what you will. Hashtag AskTGC brought to you by our dearest friends at ACO. And let me just load my computer. Levi McCusker, give us a bit of an ultimatum here, Pez. Sorry, but would you rather? Hashtag AskTGC. If the devil offered you the most test runs in a calendar year, but you have to get hit in the dick twice per innings, each dick hit is random at any point in the innings, you taking that deal? It's an interesting one. Joe Root could break the record tomorrow.
No, I'm not. I would like my penis to work for the remainder of my life. I think if there was a risk of my penis being permanently injured in exchange for most test runs in a calendar year, which is a fucking stupid metric anyway, judged by arbitrary dates, mainly related...
Gregorian calendar.
The Gregorian calendar, which I sometimes observe, depending on where the equinox is at, but... I'm happy to be second or third or whatever, and really that stat is just a measure of how many tests you play in a year. Yeah, you obviously have to hit a couple off the square, but Yeah, no, I'd rather not risk the working operation of my penis. My dad said to me when I was younger, as long as it works, mate. And that's held me in good stead. Yourself?
Well, you've already got 2 boys, though, so...
That's true. So you're saying my penis is no longer useful? It's very
mate,
Christian of you.
Once again, that's what I'm saying. Just in a different form this
You
time.
don't need your cock anymore, Pezza. You've got 2 lids.
Get your hand off my penis. I would like to know who scored the most runs in a Mayan calendar year. Is it Ponsford? Is it Larry Gomes?
I would have thought so. No, it would have been Ponsford.
Ponsford. It was a Mayan guy. I don't know. Hey, thanks as ever for tuning into TGC or listening, or if you're on Patreon. Tomorrow we'll be doing the day 2 of there's a bit of rain delay actually for the the South Africa-India series. Then there's obviously Channel 7 tomorrow, and then day 3 of the Boxing Day Test match. So a bit going on. You can find us on the internet. You guys know where to find us. Thanks as ever for tuning in. See you guys next time. Cheers.